You got here at last, eh, Blade? Nice to see ya.
Infinity. With yo ho ho, it's TaleOfTheToaster. Welcome back to Let's Play Inazuma 11 Go Live. In this episode, we're going to be taking on Almighty Faith in the second round of the Saints Way tournament. We disobeyed 5th Sector in the previous round and won when we weren't supposed to. Are the team going to get behind the same idea twice? They didn't really get behind it the first time. But speaking of getting behind things, if you look really carefully, you can't change the camera angle in the Go games like you could in Inazuma 11.3. So that is genuinely just hidden out of view. Just like this guy's voice, he literally doesn't say anything. Anyway, so...
What do you want? Can't you see we're having an important discussion here?
I will crush you. These aren't very nice guys, as you can tell, so let's try and win against them, eh?
You're only a first year, but you're a first-rank Imperial. You must be pretty hot stuff.
5th Sector have issued orders to smash Raimon to pieces, but you probably already knew that, don't you, Blade?
Of course.
Good. Well, I'm sure it'll be a pleasure working with you. Ha!
Everyone, the match is about to start. Get ready.
You should know, if you guys try to win, we're going to stop you. We have to protect football for ourselves.
But... Arion, we've just got to press forward. Yes, Captain. So that's it, that's the prelude. We can get on with the match whenever we want. There's only a couple of Almighty Faith guys we can talk. Yeah, the Let's Player mentality. If you have nothing to say, don't talk to random NPCs. So let's just... We're just on the borderline. We're level 11 when we should be somewhere between 11 and 13. So that will be fine. Organize my formation. We have to have Victor on board and presumably up front because he is a forward. Gabby's a defender, so we want him to defend, but I'll still put him a little bit further forwards just to make sure.
The second round of the Block A Regionals are about to get underway. Almighty Faith School are facing off against Raimon Junior High. Almighty Faith are known for their relentless attacks. I doubt they'll pull any punches against Raimon, last year's runners-up.
I'll remind you one last time. 5th Sector's order is for Raimon to lose 1-0. Don't forget that.
I'm sorry, Victor, but I won't be following those orders. I promised myself that I wouldn't lie to football.
Fool. Sherwind, one more thing. I'm going to pulverize you in this game.
What? Yeah, indeed. You know, if you're gonna kill someone, don't send them a warning letter, you know? But seeing Victor in a Raimon kit just looks so weird. We've only seen him in his already dramatized over-the-top purple thingy. And now we've just got all of these guys, and look at their legal birth names. Some of Optimum Limbo. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he's probably a little bit better than Limbo than me, if he's got it absolutely optimally. But Infinity Beyond is genuinely the name of the captain. Just shows you how seriously they were taking the dubbing of this. Perpetual Xanadu. I went to plenty of Xanadu tournaments in America as a smasher. Oh, sorry, how could I skip over their coach, who increases the stats in such a way? Let's have a look at the match itself. Raimon at Almighty Faith School in the Saints Way tournament. Kickoff belongs to us. Let's pass to Victor and see what happens. Well, okay, that's actually what we needed to do. We need to control Victor and get him back here? Victor, you're going the wrong way.
What are you doing? Blade, stop!
Goal! Raimon to the first to score, but it's an own goal! That's got to hurt!
What?
I had a feeling he'd try and sabotage the game, but not like this.
Hey, Blade, why don't you let us help you do the little twerps in? Don't hog all the fun, yeah?
And, okay, we just got to return to normal gameplay. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to pass to someone else then. Maybe not Victor, because that went really well when I followed the orders in which the game told me to do. You know, sometimes there's just very little else that can be done about it. At least we've got easy breezy on Arion, so that's going to make this whole mission objective a lot easier than it was in the previous match, where I just had to try my very best to complete goals on pure fundamentals with Arion. He can now cheat a little bit, as it were, just to get the ball taken from him. You know, I worked really hard for that.
Ref, are you blind? We're getting fouled left, right and centre. They've been carefully doing it so the referee can't see it. They're experts at dirty tactics. This must be their other dark secret.
And I'm afraid that's gonna be the running theme of this match. We're already dangerously close to the goal. At least Dexter Poyne, I'll get it right, has got future eye now, so he might actually be of some use as a defender. But yeah, I'm afraid to say this is your typical dirty tactics Inazuma 11 team. There's been ones like that before, but we're having another one because that's what everybody wants, and especially what everyone wants is for me to get the ball back so I can actually progress with the match and not just get bodied by Boomerang Bluff, please. Ah, we're so close, and now we're going all the way back here, and then Dexter Poyne just takes it by default. I didn't even do anything.
Well, it's probably about time we flattened the lot of you good and proper, starting with you. And in fairness, the score directive was 1-0, which is the current scoreline, so it's not like they can focus on getting more goals. That's fine, went straight for your leg.
Gabby, your leg is completely red. Are you okay? I'm alright. I can go on. His leg's really swollen up fast. They must have modified their boots to do as much damage as possible or something.
Ha ha ha, yes! I like to see you in pain. Here, let me give your other leg a taste of the same treatment.
Well, if you were trying to invent a likable character, then you went as far away from that as possible.
Volodya, someone please, help, my brother. No, this is going too far. Maybe it really is impossible to take on 5th Sector. We can't bring back real football like this.
And it's just your typical get Arion into the circle with the ball to break away from that whole scenario. But yep, this is my least favourite match in the entire series of Inazuma 11 games and the Inazuma 11 anime. I'm gonna throw that out there nice and early. I don't like, wow, they were really offside. They didn't look it to me, but hey, I'll take it if it gets the ball back in my hands without me even having to make a sliding tackle. I utterly hold everything against this match.
Your next Sherwind. Arion.
Hey, not so fast, Maxim. We should let Blade finish him off.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Okay, Blade. Let him have it. Shadowwind. I'm going to...
The little squirt's back on his feet. Arion.
I'm going to defend football, but I have to win to do it. I have to. Bah, football, football, football. Do you ever stop talking about football for one measly second? I'm going to take a shot right from here, and I promise it will flatten you.
So what? Do your worst, Victor. I'm not getting out of the way. I'm gonna fight till the end.
Why?
Because I'll do anything to defend football. I love football.
You've been practicing for hours. Aren't you tired, Vitya?
Me? Not at all. You might be tired, but I'm not. I can keep going. I don't want to lose against you, Volodya.
Really? Haha, you really like football, don't you, Vitya?
So, what's wrong with that? I love football, so I don't want to lose. When you love football, it makes you want to win. Ah, shut up!
You can't half dish it out, Blade! I reckon you flattened Girly and Heroin for good there.
I can't believe he's managed to get up. I can't give up. I just love football too much. Ow!
Really though, what's so great about football? It's just kicking a stupid ball up and down a field, innit?
What did you just say?
Well, you know, you'd want to be in a world champ like this. Really, what's the point?
Well, if you aren't going to take care of that little tryhard, I will. I'll crush him so bad he'll never play again.
Arion, get out of the way.
I'm sorry, Miss Blade. Your son's legs, well...
No, it's not true. It can't be. Volodya, he will play again, won't he? Won't he, Doctor? Doctor?
But my dream is to be an international football player. I want to play in front of the whole world. I still love football, Vitya. I can't give up. Football won't let me give up on it.
Arion!
Blade! What are you doing? Get out of the way!
You two. You two have no right to say anything about football!
Task, score. Simple as that. We're already in front of the goal. Let's do it. Doom Sword Slash. You've probably seen it about 50 million times in this Let's Play already, but let's give you another one. Well, I mean, reasonable skill for hanging from the net like that, mate, but you missed, you blew it. We're at 1-1.
Let's get this going!
Victor, that was amazing!
But I thought you wanted to destroy football.
I am going to destroy football. I'm going to destroy this rotten, corrupt football. I'm going to smash it up myself. All right. Poke on yam. Watch carefully. This is real football.
Backstabbing scum.
Good heavens! You knew, didn't you? You knew Blade would feel like this.
And he's already becoming Coach Travis Part 2, where he just knows everything about his players from the off. We are back into free time with only 10 minutes left in this half. We're not winning right now, so you've got to remember, this is your opportunity to actually do something about it. Either that or the second half at least. But right now, probably easier to just get it done while we've got Victor on side and go for another goal with an easy breezy, running down the timer. I think I should just about have enough time, but I mean, I can't take it for granted. Obviously, that Doom Sword slash was guaranteed to go in for story purposes. Now it's time to see just how good the goalkeeper actually is. Well, the defenders are miserable, I'll give you that one for free. Fortissimo foot. Let's make this 2-1 team and get back into the lead. Rip the 5th sector score directive. It had already been bottled. And, you know, it was only meant to be a 1-0 for Almighty Faith. And now look at where we are. But yes, so that was a pretty dramatic change of pace from my commentary just before the whole Victor scene happened. This is my least favourite match because, admittedly, it's worse in the anime than it is here. You get literally half an episode in the anime of Almighty Faith's players just physically beating up Arion. It never ends. It's relentless, it's boring. Arion just only cares about football and standing back up again after some grunts. And yeah, it carries on for so long. But we will see what the second half of this match looks like.
What a first half! Everyone looks shattered. Arion, are you alright? I'm okay. I'll be ready to fight some more in the second half.
And me, I want to take that team down a peg or two. Wait, Gabby! If you go out there with an injury like that, it might be the last time you ever play. But if we don't win this game, we might not be able to keep playing real football anyway. Whatever happens, I'll do what it takes to protect football. Real football. Honda, Chancheng, Balzac, Kebe, and you, Peabody. Don't you feel something stirring when you look at your teammates? You've trained together, worked hard together. You're a team. When you see them out there, battling like their lives depend on it, don't you feel it? I know you know what I'm talking about. You want to say football just as much as your friends out there do.
He's got a blooming point! Yes, coach! I want to get out there and show those mugs what's what! I don't care who we're up against neither! We're going to protect the football we want to play from now on! Yeah! Get in!
I'm in too. I'm not going to let them hurt my friends like that.
I am not going to just stand there with D and no Blake. Not when it's like this, man. I suppose. Me too. You did it, Mark. You got them all to come round.
Ha! Looks that way.
Right, you lot. This is a proper match. I say we get out there and give them a game they'll never forget. Yeah!
Beginning as of now. Do I have a mission objective to do? Most likely. No, we don't actually. So we now have the full team on side, which helps. You know, it was a fair amount of time coming, but we can finally feel united and actually work towards our global purpose of playing football together. You know, Balzac didn't quite admit it, but he came close enough. But yeah, it happens at the halfway mark of the match in the game. In the anime, it's more like in the last 10 minutes, after you've already sat through a solid 14 minutes, or maybe even 2 straight episodes of people just physically beating up Arion. It's painful to watch. Definitely not as bad in the game, because the game generally has a much faster pace, while the anime wants to go through everything in more detail. Whereas this is not a match where you want more detail, it's just people beating up a little kid, and the referee never does anything about it because, in their own words,
They're carefully making the kicks in front of the referee in such a way that he can't see what's happening.
Yeah, this match definitely needs VAR, and then everything would change. But nevertheless, they're actually giving it a good go with Sky's the Limit. I've got no more complaints to make in terms of the actual match. It's just not fun to watch Raimon teammates refuse to play the game, and not fun to watch them get beaten up. But it eventually subsides, and we get a nice fair game. But the other thing to talk about is Victor. Well, before that, yeah, somebody just opened a fighting spirit out of nowhere. I didn't even catch who it was. But they're going to try and flatten Victor. Yeah, see what we mean about the rough plays? At least that one's funny, though. I don't know where that spirit is, but I may have to bring my own spirit out of either Ricardo or Victor, now that we have full control over both. Because, yeah, that's a thing. We can play as Victor now. But that's also a little bit of a problem for me. His turnaround, again, it's better in the game than it is in the anime. It's like, in the anime, he literally just watches somebody slide tackle Arion's leg. And then he's like, oh, that wasn't very nice. Okay, I'm going to drop the whole villainous act and become a protagonist for this team now. Whereas at least here we got plenty of flashbacks and different things motivating him. In the episode, it was literally just one thing. Oh no, he sliding tackled him, right? Sorry, 5th Sector, I've changed my mind now. But yeah, here we at least got to delve into his past, and I do like that. I think it's a good idea to have a player who was working for 5th Sector and then come around based on a backstory involving somebody's brother. That was quite the animation. Yeah, I think the whole story with Victor and his brother Vladimir is absolutely fine. That's done pretty well. The only problem is two things. Well, that's a there's two problems. We'll phrase it in one way. The first is, I think Victor came around to be a positive figure too soon. We are only in the second match of the tournament, nowhere near halfway through the game. And if this was the anime, then this is genuinely about episode 12 or so, out of a good 40 plus. Victor drops his villainous act and becomes a good guy really, really early, and I find that a bit weird considering just how evil they made him out to be. He was emanating poison out of his eyes. Look at the first 3 thumbnails for this series. They're all Victor being incredibly evil, but that's just done with now. And the other problem about that is, yes, it had to happen at some point. I think it happened a little too early. But no matter when it happened, that never sorts the issue of Victor's physical appearance. There are 3 Inazuma 11 Go games and seasons, right? And Victor is always going to look like that. He looks like the most evil character that's ever been designed by pen to paper. He's a vampire with poison seeping out of his eyes. We've got to take that seriously as a protagonist. I apologise if I find that a little hard to do. I wish he had a more serious design. And some people complain about the voice for that reason, but I don't mind that too much. Victor got a dribbling... Ricardo got a dribbling move. Hey presto. That helps.
Us to the semi-finals, Captain. Felicidades.
I can't believe it, man. We proper clobbered them like we're doomed. This time we really are doomed. No doubt about it. Stop making that face, you mug. We just got to keep on bleeding well winning now, all right?
He's right. Football's more fun when you play it the way you want to. Gosh. You can say that again. You all did great out there. This is your first real victory. And you earned it all together, as a team. We've got a long road ahead of us, though. 5th Sector will try to take us down at every turn.
Somehow, I've got a feeling this bunch will be all right.
Oh, they beat us! Very disappointing, Infinity. We don't need you useless Imperials, you know. The future isn't bright for you. Wait! But we've given our whole lives! Everything!
Pathetic. Victor, thanks for everything today. Didn't I make it clear before? I'm not doing this for your benefit. I just can't stand that lot. That's all it was. Oh, okay. Well, thanks anyway.
Blade, you acted against your orders.
Hey, you hear what happened at Shakespeare?
Yeah, that first-rank Imperial went against 5th Sector's orders, innit? What was his name? Blade? Yeah, that's the one. Victor Blade.
Victor. A friend of yours?
Not quite. He tried to disappear, but he'll never vanish from my memory. Victor Blade, my greatest rival.
Commander! The fixture for our semi-final match in the Eastern Regionals has changed.
Changed how?
It's now Royal Academy versus Raimon Junior High. We'll be playing Raimon, sir.
Sir, we meet again, Raimon. This must be destiny.
It's decided. We're all going to rebel against 5th Sector and get proper football back. One problem, though. They've given us an opponent we weren't expecting. It'll be fine. Well, see if it will be in the next chapter, A Right Royal Challenge.